Velma sucks. If you have HBO Max, don't watch that show. It is horrible. But this van doesn't suck. This van is actually pretty awesome. It's actually pretty damn sweet. This is the Hobby Plus Rock Van Groovy Blue Edition. The Groovy Blue Edition seems to be only available through fairrc.com. That's where I bought mine. And I actually had a discount, so it was around 20% off from what it was normally. So that was a pretty good deal. And, yeah, you get a lot for what you pay for. I did add different wheels and tires. These are actually going to be going on another project that I have. I'm not taking them off of this. I'm actually getting the same exact set because I love these rock terrain tires. Because rock van, rock terrain. These are by Endura, rather. These are so squishy, sticky, absolutely beautiful. Brass rings, and I have brass hex extenders in there, so the thing weighs quite a bit more than it did when it was out of the box. It was very light, because this body is just Lexan. May or may not be a good thing that it's Lexan. I don't mind. I prefer hard plastic, but Lexan is fine for what it is. So yeah, put the stickers on it. This thing pays way more respect to the source material than Velma does. It really does. I can't stop shitting on Velma because it's such a stupid ass show. It's really bad. Like, alright, let's address some things with the show Velma really quick before we get into things. Because I can't get that out of my head whenever I see anything Scooby-Doo related. It's just like a stain on the Scooby-Doo property now. Alright, so where do we begin? Alright, so the big elephant in the room here. Let's go ahead and address that. The race-swapped characters. I don't care. Race-swap your characters as much as you want. Shaggy is black in the show. I don't care. Velma is Indian. I don't care. Daphne is Asian. I don't care. Race swap your characters as much as you want. I don't care. That's surface level shit. I care about how the characters are written. It doesn't matter what race your character is. If your character is written to be an unlikable asshole, they're an unlikable asshole. There you go. That's my take on it, because everyone has to bring that up when they talk about the show Velma, that all the characters are race swapped. I don't care about that. I care that the characters are written very poorly. And, yeah, they are all assholes. Every character talks like they're bickering with each other, which is the most annoying shit ever. Anyway, enough with that. Talking about how shitty the characters are written in that show, because they are written really terribly. What isn't terrible is this van. Again, well, you get a lot for what you pay for. You get portal axles, which is really sweet. Locked diffs, radical cool looking van body. And yeah, the slow speed on this thing is amazing. The slow speed control is awesome. It does have working headlights, taillights, and turn signals, which is pretty damn cool. It reminds me a lot of the FMS stuff. I think internally these do share a lot of similarities with FMS. The receiver is the same as something you find in an FMS. As for upgrades, well, I've already done 2 upgrades, the hex extenders and the brass rings. I don't know. This doesn't seem to be a popular vehicle, which is kind of criminal to me, because these are really, really nice. They're kind of underrated to me. These are also known as FTX. If you're in the UK, you'll know this as the FTX Outback rock van. FTX, RGT, and Hobby Plus all seem to be under the same belt, because I have an RGT 110 scale Jimny, which you've seen in a video, and I think that they're all kind of under the same thing here, and it kind of bothers me because I want this to have more upgrades and I want it to be an absolute beast. Not that it's not already, it is, Go watch Cape Crawlers. Adam from Cape Crawler built one of these up, and it's pretty much stock. It's pretty much how the RTR is. All he did was put different gears in it so that it had a better slow crawl, and he put trail wheels on it and little guy racing tires. And it was an animal, an absolute animal. So I'm thinking that this is probably going to perform the same. But I would love to get more like brass links and stuff like that, brass steering links and stuff like that. But as far as I can tell, they don't make it. So I really hope that these vehicles do go up in popularity and Endura does make brass parts for them, because they're so underrated to me, and this is so cool. When do you see a van as a crawler? You never see that. It might be a little confusing because there was a 1/10 scale van also called the Rock Van. I don't remember what company made it, but it was out a really long time ago. Yeah, this is the 1/18 scale Rock Van. What else? I'm waiting for my friend to get back to me. We're going to see if we can 3D print a roof rack for this thing. I want to do a roof rack and a ladder, preferably on this side of the vehicle. Do a ladder on the side of it, just to complete the off-road look of it. I know that people would say, oh, just leave it as the Mystery Machine, but I want to go above and beyond and make it look like a real off-road Mystery Machine with, you know, the bull bars are already here, so why not do a roof rack? It'd be even cooler. So this project's on hold until we figure something out. But I do have another project that, like I said, is going to get the same wheels and tires as this, which is, let me get it over here real quick, this K5 Blazer. This just came out by FMS, and it is beautiful. And I mean really, really beautiful. I can't describe how much this orange just pops. And in my opinion, if you aren't getting the orange one, you are getting the wrong K5 Blazer. The black one seems to be the most popular to me. I don't know why. Black, in my experience, collects dust and dirt, and it doesn't look good when it's dirty. Unless you're doing like a model, then it looks good. But if you're trying to have like a really scale, cool looking truck, black is not a great color. So that's just my opinion. It's really shiny, I have to say about that. With the orange, it just pops. It's crazy. Honestly, I kind of wish that the black one did have a white stripe down the side and the white top. Then I would understand it. It doesn't even have that. All of this is all blacked out on the blacked out version. Not really too big on that. I like the color contrasts, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I like multicolor vehicles. I'm sorry. I am praying, and I mean I am praying to God that FMS does not get hit with a DMCA from Traxxas with this thing, because Traxxas also makes a 1/10 scale Chevy Blazer in the exact same color. They make an orange and white one, albeit the orange is a little bit different than this. It's more of a metallic orange, and they do make an all blacked out version of the Chevy Blazer. Ugh, Blazer. Blazer. So really hoping that they don't hit them with a DMCA. That would be shitty. So I took off the stock wheels and tires. I have the one from the AX24s on there, which are a nice squishy wheel. They're not staying, obviously. Like I said, I ordered the same wheels and tires from the Rock Van. They're going to go on here. I think they're going to look so much better. Biggest problem with these wheels and tires, they're really nice. I do like them. Axial did a really good job. They're very squishy and they're very good. Very, very soft tires. Problem is, they're glued to the rim, so I can't take these out of here and put a weighted wheel in here. Nothing like that, which is a big bummer because these wheels are really, really nice. I hope that in the future, Axial does make a version where you can buy these tires without the rim glued in, because these are good, and really, really good. Almost Endura levels of good. Decided to sticker bomb the side windows because I had seen a picture of one rather, on the internet of a Blazer that was like that. The roof rack is not put on yet. I want to find a proper hobby drill that I can drill holes in and attach the pre-order bonus roof rack. The other pre-order bonus that I put in was the high clearance front bumper, which I think looks sweet. It's already a lifted truck anyway. There's no point in trying to make it look like a stock vehicle. It's not. And of course, oh, well, there goes the roof rack. We'll put that off to the side for now. Portal axles. So you guys know my Power Wagon. Essentially, it's the same thing underneath. They did add a new battery strap, and the servo also looks a little bit different from my Power Wagon. So that's interesting. Yeah, other than that, it's pretty much the same underneath. It does beg the question, though, could you actually build a real Chevy K5 Blazer with portal axles? That would be sweet. You probably could. There's a video that I've seen, not a video, there's an online article I've seen of a Suzuki Jimny, a new one, my dream truck, dream car, whatever you want to call it, with portal axles under it, which is really fucking cool. So yeah, that's the Chevy Blazer so far. I am ordering a lot of brass parts for this thing. I think it's going to be a really cool build. I just want to make it really heavy. And yeah, because this body is pretty top heavy. I need to figure out the shock situation. The way that the shocks mount up, you kind of have to just press them in. And it's the same thing when I was installing them on my other FCX24, the Power Wagon. I would love to know if there's a better way of doing it, because I don't trust that. And I don't like the stock springs in there, because when it's driving around, the body just likes to flop around like that. I actually had it rub against the wheels because the body just likes to flop around. I need oil shocks in there because the body is really heavy. But other than that, I mean, it's great. In my opinion, this renders the TRX-4M a little redundant, in my opinion. Now, you could disagree, because I do think that the TRX-4M is a good little truck. I do. I had one. I don't have it anymore. I traded it. I had the Defender, and the Defender was good. But I do think it's redundant to buy one of those, because this is cheaper, has portal axles, 2-speed transmission, and is a beautiful hard body. Not unlike the 10-scale TRX-4, which does have 2-speed gearbox and portal axles. The TRX-4M only has 1 gear and straight axles, and it's not really what the full-size TRX-4 is. It's more akin to an SCX-24, but scaled up to 18. So this thing did what that thing should have done, and I think that it's kind of redundant to buy one of those when this exists. But that's my opinion. You can disagree. That's totally fine. Plus, I think with all the DMCAs, it really kind of turned me off from Traxxas. The truck didn't do anything wrong, obviously. The TRX-4M didn't do anything wrong. It's the company that makes it. But I just didn't want to keep mine around after that, so I got rid of it. Alright, so final thing I can show off is my SCX-24 Gladiator. This thing is pretty much done. I did all I wanted to do to it. Motor swap, brass links are in there, new shocks. It looks pretty good. I put a snorkel here, which I think looks pretty good. Someone's beeping outside. That came off of a Revell model kit. Stop beeping. I cut the windows out of it, which I thought was really unique. I saw someone else do that, and I was like, I kind of want to try that. Let me see how it looks, and I just kind of loved it. So the windows are out of it, which is really cool. You don't really see that too often. I did paint the weather stripping around there just to kind of hide how bad I cut the Lexan. I never cut Lexan before. New servo, new shocks. The brass links are in there. I said that before. This thing is filthy because it went to a course. The shocks are mounted that way. These are interesting shocks. They're by Power Hobby, I believe it is. PH, it says on there. I think that's Power Hobby. They're good. Don't get me wrong. You get heavy-duty shocks if you want to use those, or heavy-duty springs if you want to use those. Same ones that I bought for my Chevy C10. Problem is with these, they like to come undone, so I have to buy blue Loctite, take them apart again, and use a little bit of it on there. For some reason, on these shocks, like, it's the same story with my Chevy C10. When you're going over bumps and stuff like that, and when they're rotating and compressing, they just like to come loose, and I don't understand why. It's not that big of a deal. All you do is just put the spring back in and then screw it back together. But it's a pain in the ass when you're trying to go have fun with this thing, and you have to keep checking it every 5 seconds to be like, did the spring get undone? Or did the shock come undone? So I gotta get some blue Loctite, because these shocks are good, but they're a pain in the ass. So, yeah. Those wheels and tires, I think, are great. Oh, those also say rock terrain on there. What do you know? I thought they said mud terrain. They look like super swampers. But those are really nice. I love those wheels. They don't have brass in them. They're just aluminum, but... yeah, this was a nice little project. One of my mom's friends wants to come to the course that I go to. And this is the vehicle that she's going to use. I'm going to give her this one so that she can take that course and drive around on it without too many problems. This thing handles it really, really well. I have a little bit of run footage of it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'll see you guys next time. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, that's it.